Today is June 7th, 2024. Um, this is my morning. I keep fixing the tripod. This is the morning video that I try to make every day for my mindfulness practice. Yesterday, I made a long video in the afternoon while I was checking the split-second story that I was referring to in the morning video and how that was shaping my day. But video was too long. I think it was 33 minutes. I talked a lot, so for some reason it didn't upload in the YouTube. So some of that I think I'm going to cover today in a shorter version. It was about that split-second story that we tell ourselves in a certain situation, especially when with the events, people, and places, if things are different than what we like or prefer. So that shapes our future, because in how we respond in a certain situation. In Dale Carnegie book, he talks about when we are triggered, our thought process and our feelings are triggered. First 5 minutes are the most vulnerable, right? But what if you are not given that 5 minutes? If the communication is via chat or email, you have that 5 minutes. What if you are conversing with somebody on the phone or in person? Or it could be at the grocery store. Let's say some weird thing happened and you were trying to figure it out, or at home or at work. How do you respond? So yesterday, because I was trying to be mindful, so I noticed it in the afternoon. It was early afternoon. I went to One Loudon, and they have this little stage, and it was a few weeks ago when Alice and I went, and then she was kind of dancing on that stage. That stage stays empty normally. Sometimes they have concerts or whatnot going on, but during the day, especially on a weekday, it stays empty. So she was dancing. At that time, Alice still had the cast from her first time when she broke her arm. We still had a good bucket filler day. Yesterday, when I was passing by that area, I saw there were 5-6 kids, and one was Alice's age. One of the girl was Alice's age, and rest of the kids were younger. They're like 2-3 years old. And that kid who was Alice's age, she was wearing a dress very similar to Alice, and she was dancing like this. And the first story that came to my mind was that, I feel so sad that Alice broke her arm again, and then she can't do this, and during majority of the summer she won't be able to do a lot of fun things at school, swimming and all that she won't be able to do. Then I switched the story in my head. I intentionally told myself, no, I am grateful that the other day Alice and I were able to go, and she was able to dance there a little bit, and she had fun. Also, as with everything being impermanent, her arm is going to get better in time, and then she'll be able to have fun again. So that switched the thought process in my mind. That made me feel a little better. We all have these two sides, the kind, compassionate, nice, inspiring version of ourselves, and the other side, which is the sad, depressed, anxious, and always worrying, negative version of ourselves. Depending on the story that we tell ourselves, uh, either this or this gets activated. And uh, based on that, we take the action, and the action could be the something that we are doing, something that we are um, saying, because our thinking, feeling, action is like a triangle. So if we can change our thinking and feeling with that split second story, that has an impact on us, because right at that minute I was not really having any discussion or anything with anyone. However, if I was right after that, I know that I would be responding rather reacting, right? Because if I'm in this zone, I'm reacting. But if I am in this positive, inspiring zone, I will be responding. Um, in Buddhism, there is a saying that our past action, um, based on the thoughts and feelings, created our present, and our present actions and thoughts and feelings is what is going to create our future. So, as I'm learning and growing, um, I'm trying to be different in a good way. I'm trying to tell that split second story in my head that would activate the good side of me. Um, if we would like to accept it or not, we all have um, two sides of us, and it is nobody else other than we ourselves can activate this one or the other side of us. So and a lot of it comes with just practice. So I'm still practicing a lot, trying to learn and stay in that zone, and trying to be more peaceful. And what happens is when we are peaceful, then we can spread the peace around us, to our friends and families, and to the world. Thich Nhat Hanh book says that when we are peaceful, that creates more peace for the world. So as we try to connect with the sky, the sun, and the trees, and the Mother Earth, it is important to remember to spread the peace around us, by practicing and accepting ourselves, because every day won't be perfect, but you keep striving and keep filling your bucket, because when we fill our buckets are full, then we are able to pour more than enough. Times we forget that our buckets are not full, and so remembering that is also important. I have a picture with the filled bucket and empty bucket to remind myself. I still forget, but that works as a good reminder a lot of times. And this mindfulness videos that I started to make has been making a good difference in my life. I think that is helping me to strive to be better, to be a good example for my daughter Alice. Again, I'm not always successful, but I try, and I will keep trying, because more than anything, I think through Buddhism and the other things that I have been following lately, the peace that I found, especially when there are a lot of challenging things were happening in life, is incomparable. I know it'll sound weird, but it is true, and that is something that I don't want to lose. Like this morning, when I was looking at the blue sky, it made me think of this that that is a constant in my life, because every morning when I get up, I look at the sky, the blue sky is there. Um, Even if sometime if it's raining, it may not be, but those are the constant that life has, and if you can draw happiness from that, if you can be grateful for that, that is always going to be there for you, and you feel the connection. You feel the connection with the earth, and you feel the connection with this universe. So yeah, that remember that split-second story in our head is what can change the reality around us. Because when we are nice, we respond nicely, and the people around us also will respond nicely. So that's really important for a peaceful life. So with that, I'll take a 3 deep breath and finish the video.